Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. I just moved in yesterday to my dorm for my sophomore year of college, which is why the background looks a little different and why I'm holding a microphone because the AC in this room is always so loud. But I'm so excited to film this video. It's one I've been waiting on for literal weeks, if not months, because yesterday afternoon, my dad and I built this bookshelf and I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited. I had bookshelves, like a single bookshelf at my bedroom at home, and I have a small one here that I used last year, but I've been really getting into book collecting recently. I want to hold my books, I want to have the covers, and I want to have a beautiful space to display them all because they are all wonderful and loved and I want to show them off. So today I wanted to organize my books with you guys. I have a box at my feet and I have 48 books, I believe, that I brought to college with me, and that number is only intending to grow as I take multiple trips to the bookstore throughout the semester. So I want to get everything out of this box on the floor, kind of organize it, and then see how I can put it on the shelf and make everything look super cute. If you're looking for like a really intense bookshelf organization video, this is not that video because it's a small shelf. I have a lot of books, but I don't have like a home library kind of books like some booktube creators do. So like definitely on the smaller scale, but also I'm a college kid. We're just working on growing our book collection. So if you have a smaller book collection like me, or you have a smaller one, or you have a larger one, it honestly doesn't matter. It's just about enjoying the books that we read, and that's what's most important. But with that being said, let's get into these books and start sorting them so I can figure out where to put them on my shelf. Okay, so I got all of my books out and on the ground, and it looks like a lot more than 48. I know there's just 48 here, but a lot of these books are like thick books, so there's like a lot of pages on the floor right here. But now it's time to just kind of figure them out and figure out how I want to put them on Miss Ma'am, the shelf over here. I was thinking of different ways to do it. I could do it by color, but that would probably split up series, and I want to keep series together. I could also do it by last name of author, which would keep all of, the series together as well, but I never really search for things by author. Like that's a library way of doing it. When I'm looking for a book, like I don't think what's the author's last name, so I think I'm gonna do it just simply by genre and make things easy for myself. Now I'm looking at this and it's actually a lot more fantasy than contemporary romance or just contemporary books at all, which is interesting because I read about a 50% of like fantasy and contemporary books, but I apparently only have a couple contemporary books in paperback. I guess I mostly read those like digitally, but nevertheless I'm gonna find a way to put them on the shelf, and I probably will buy more. The other thing too is I was debating on whether or not to put a TBR shelf, like the books that I haven't read yet, because I've read most of these. Like for example, I brought the entire Percy Jackson series from middle school, and I first read this series. It's one of my favorite series of all time, but like I read this when I was in 6th grade, so like I have all of them and I'm gonna display them on my shelf because I love them so dearly. But like, am I gonna pick this up to read for funsies? Probably not, but like I needed to have it with me. So that to say, like I've read a lot of the books here, especially from like a while ago, but there are definitely some books on here that I haven't read yet that I want to separate so I can visually remember that I need to read these books. But also that could separate series. Like for example, I have Reckless by Lauren Roberts on here, and I already read Powerful and Powerless, which is the first book and then the novella in the series, but this one I haven't read yet, which is the second book. So I'm like, do I keep this with the series or do I take this away from the series and put it on the TBR shelf? You know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna have to mess around with it and like see, I guess, what everything comes together looking like on here. I think it's just gonna be like a trial and error process, and I'll just kind of move things around until they look good, basically. Cue the time lapse. Okay, so progress has been made. Good news is everything fits on the shelf. I wasn't really worried because there's like 6 layers, 6 shelves, so like we have plenty of room, but also like they're thick books. I don't know. And I also want a little bit of room to grow, so there is definitely some like gaps up here that I can add to. Also, I have these 2 fake plants because I can't keep real plants alive, you kidding? But fake plants that I used to keep on my desk. I have a 3rd one over there and I'm probably gonna buy a 4th when I go to Target later today, but I wanted to put 2 on the shelf just to add some more greenery. And then also I was thinking maybe vines, maybe? I definitely think one can go up here on this top shelf. And also I like the idea of like changing the direction of the like books so that there's more dimension. So I think I'm gonna take these books and turn them sideways. There, that's cute, right? And then I think one more can go down here. Okay, so we've made some great progress. The bookshelf is pretty much done and I'm loving how it's looking, but I was thinking on whether or not I wanted to add vines to it because last year in this dorm, I basically had vines all over, oh, it just fell, okay. All over like my bed frame, and I wanted to put some, not only on the bed frame today, which I haven't done it yet, like look at this. There is this like gross residue from something sticking onto the side of the bed that wasn't there last year, but for some reason is this year that I want to cover up, but I'm gonna use the vines for that too. And I also want to put some like on the wall, like where the fairy lights are. I was debating whether or not to also add them to the bookshelf, and I think, you know, if you're not gonna go big, then go home. So I'm gonna put them on the bookshelf as well. And I just need like a way to fasten them. Now I'm a college kid, we're not doing anything crazy. I just want like tape to like tape them onto the top of the bookshelf and then like along the sides, but I don't have any with me. So I'm gonna run to Target and pick that up, as well as a couple other things. I have like a couple things that I forgot and moving yesterday. Like I forgot pillows. Like how dumb is that? I brought all the sheets, I brought all the comforters, I brought the mattress topper, everything like that, but it like slipped my mind that like, girl, you need a pillow. I did sleep like this last night, but I'm gonna get pillows and other things, but also tape. And then when I come back, we can finish putting the bookshelf all together, and I'm so excited. It looks so good. It looks so good. So let's go to Target. Well, filming in public is like too stressful for me, but I'll show you what I got when I get back. Okay, I'm back and I have a haul from Target. Biggest thing was I got pillows, which thank the Lord, because I need to like sleep comfortably tonight. Then I got another fake plant. I have 2 on my bookshelf that I put on there earlier. I was debating replacing the top one with this because there's like more oomph to it, but I also could put this one on my desk now that I have 2 there, 2 there, you know what I'm saying? Got boring things like raisins, air freshener, and then scotch tape. So this is what I'm just gonna use to put the vines up on the bookshelf. I did this for my bed yesterday, or last year, and it works perfectly fine with just tape. And then lastly, my personal favorite thing was I got another book. Are we surprised? So my tally is up to 49 now, not 48. This is Love of My Afterlife, which is my book club book. Well, not mine, but the book club that I'm in, our book club book for the month. And August is basically almost over. I have like 3 more days to finish this, or start and finish it, but it's like really short, so I can read it really quickly. It's like 360 pages, so not that bad. There is like this little Target sticker on it, but let's cross our fingers it comes off. Please, please, please. Yes. Okay, there we go. Clean and beautiful. And I love the cover. The cover of this book is so adorable, so pretty and bubbly, and hopefully I love this. Oh, there's a different sticker on this. This one doesn't want to come off. I didn't even notice this. There's a Good Morning America sticker at the top of here, which is annoying that it won't come off, but at least the Target one did, so you know. But I'm gonna go put this one on the shelf as well, and then let me figure out like the vines situation on top of this. Okay, I think I'm finally done. So let's do a final tour of the full bookshelf. So here is a nice overview of all 6 shelves all the way to the bottom. I really like the idea that I did of adding vines to the sides. I think it just makes it look so much more lively and also like matches the fake plants that are already in the shelf itself. Okay, so starting here at the top, this is my contemporary romance shelf. So I have a lot of pretty popular books up here. There's Fine Print by Lauren Asher, Red, Bright, and Royal Blue, Butcher and Blackbird, Hook, Line, and Sinker, Say You Swear, Darling Venom, and then 2 Chloe Walsh books from the Binding 13 series. This is books 3 and 4, which are my favorite in the series personally. Coming down a shelf, this is my Throne of Glass shelf, which has all of the books in the series besides Tower of Dawn, because we don't talk about that book at all. This is like my favorite fantasy series, which is why I have it displayed, and it has the entire shelf because it's like a long series. But I am currently in the middle of rereading this one, so I reread these 2, and I'm going to reread these 2 and then the prequel some point before the end of the year. Coming down again, this is the rest of my fantasy books and fantasy shelf. So on the left I have have Iron Flame. I would put Fourth Wing here too, because I do have the copy of that book, which is the first book in the series, but I lent it to my friend and then she moved to Canada, so I'm not going to get that book back until like Christmas when she comes back to visit, unless she wants to ship it to me, but that's expensive. So we're just going to keep Iron Flame here for now. Then there's Bride by Ali Hazelwood. This is the Cassandra Clare book. This is the first Infernal Devices book, and I want to get the other two in the series as well. If We Were Villains, A Touch of Darkness. Well, actually, okay, wait. This one isn't even fantasy. This one is like contemporary, technically, but I feel like it belonged here. The vibes are here, so we're just gonna pretend that this one is fantasy. A Touch of Darkness. These are two more Sarah J Maas books. This is from a Crescent City series, books 1 and 2. Actually, these are out of order. Now that I think about it, the red one goes first. Okay, I swapped them so that the red one is first, but this is book 1 and then book 2 of that series. Then I have the Powerless series by Lauren Roberts. Again, this is book 1 and then this is book 2, but this is the novella. This one's technically supposed to go in between the first two books, but like for height reasons and just because these two covers look better together, I'm gonna put it on the end. Now, Reckless I haven't read yet, so technically this is a TBR book, which should be going on the TBR shelf, which is down here, but I wanted to keep the series together, and this is the only book on my TBR that is in a series, so I just thought I'd leave it up here, but I know I'm gonna get to this one pretty soon. Coming down to the TBR shelf, like I said, it's one below that one. On the left, I have Throne of the Fallen, then Spark of the Everflame, Book Lovers, which is like my only Emily Henry book that I own, but surprisingly the only one that I haven't read yet besides Happy Place, so I need to get to this one eventually. For the Wolf is here. Love My Afterlife, I put on the top of this shelf. Oh, this tape needs to go away. I put Love My Afterlife here. I just bought this one today. Then Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. These two are in a series, but I haven't read either of these, which is why they're both on the TBR shelf. I'm halfway through Six of Crows, but I haven't finished it, so it's still gonna sit here until I finish it. And then They Both Die at the End and My Roommate is a Vampire are also two books that I haven't read yet. Coming down to the second lowest shelf, this is my historical fiction shelf. So we have Little Women, which I read like years and years ago, but it's a really good book, especially to read around Christmas, I think. Anne of Green Gables. These are also both like older books, so I guess they're kind of like classics if you want to count it like that, but these are the only classics that I own. The Tattooist of Auschwitz I just read this year. Song of Achilles, This Is How You Lose the Time War, and then Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. These are all like historical books to me, which is why they're on this shelf. Obviously I don't have many historical books. It isn't my like favorite genre ever, but I have enough of them, so they're on this shelf here. And then at the very bottom is my entire Percy Jackson series. Like I said, I read this one in middle school, but it is still like close to my heart, so it needs its own little shelf, which is why they are all displayed down there. So that is it. That is the end of my bookshelf organization video. I love how this turned out, and I can't wait to fill with more books throughout the rest of the year. And I also like how my dorm room looks. I'm gonna add more vines to everything, but after that I think it's gonna look really good. So look out for more reading vlogs in this room in the future. Sending you guys so much love. Have an amazing week, subscribe, and I will see you next Thursday.